Hola chicos, if you already had Spanish account, then you already know the contents of this video. But for example, in my Chromebook, I opened it up and found that the Spanish keyboard has been deleted, probably by some reset or something. Anyway, if you need to install the Spanish keyboard on your Chromebook, these are the instructions to do that. If you are in Spanish class, then you need to install the Spanish keyboard on your Chromebook. So, we're doing a screencast to show you how to do that. So here we go. In the tray here where I'm clicking, hopefully you can see this, you're going to click on the settings wheel or gear, and you're going to get this pulled up, and you're going to go to device, and then you're going to go to keyboard, and then at the bottom you're going to change your language and input settings. Okay, now before you do anything else, I want this going. Sorry, I can see myself in the corner and I need it to move. There we go. You're going to slide this over, show input options in this shelf. And the reason for doing that is because then if you look down here, you can see, okay, here my keyboard is US English. All right. So when you add Spanish, you'll be able to toggle back and forth really easily using just going to your tray here instead of going into your settings menu all the time to switch languages. So first, what we're going to do is add a language. Now, I used to think that this did not matter, but it does, because some of the versions will make the keyboard show up and some of them won't. So pick this one, Spanish, Español. I think this is one of the ones that works. All right, and so now you've got Spanish added, good. And now you're going to go down to Manage Input Methods. And if you go down here, oh, look, you got a Spanish keyboard and an American keyboard. Just pick Spanish keyboard and add it. And now you see when you click down here, you can switch to a Spanish keyboard. All right, so then your settings are changed. You can close this. You've got the keyboard. Then what I recommend is going to Docs, Google Docs. Okay, opening a blank doc. And then just experimenting to see how the different keys work. Okay, so you'll notice that the alphabet keys are all the same. So the letters are going to be exactly the same as they are in English. Where you're going to see differences is with the shift on the numbers. The numbers are the same, but the shift numbers are different. And then the punctuation; those are all different. Some of them is like, well, we have this, but it's in a different spot. So I would just hold down the shift key and hit all the numbers and see what happens when you hit the numbers with the shift key. And then the other big difference and the most important thing about this is to know how to put accent marks on letters and how to get the ñ. So if you do the semicolon key, all right, so here is, that's a semicolon that I'm typing right there. And this is a colon. This key, which is 2 keys away from enter, okay, if you switch your keyboard to Spanish, which I'm going to do right now, over to Spanish, and then you hit the semicolon key. Oh, look what you got now. You got ñ. Okay. And then the other thing you need to know is if you hit the apostrophe key, I'll switch back to the US so you can see apostrophe or quotation mark. Here we go. Here's my apostrophe, and then the other one on the key is quotation marks for the shift. All right. So if you hit that key, once you're in Spanish keyboard, switch back. So I'm going to touch that key, nothing happens, but then I'm going to touch a letter. I'm going to touch a vowel, so A. And I'm going to touch E, I, O, and U. Anyway, what you need to do to get accents on the letters is to hit that apostrophe key and then hit the letter that you want to put the accent on, and it will put the accent on. All right? So what I would recommend, again, is to just play around, switch to Spanish, and hit Shift and start seeing what all the keys do, just to find out where they are. It takes a little while, but eventually it's much easier than manually putting in accents by doing shift codes, because that takes a long time. All right, so that's how you change the keyboard to Spanish on a Chromebook. If you have questions or you have any trouble, just let me know. Adiós, hasta luego.